And that's why we've launched cmoplacement.com. So we've worked with a lot of fractional people that are out there that are independent, that are looking for work, like CMO placement. We've been able to place a lot of people in different roles. We just recently placed a buddy of mine that left a different law firm. We put him at another law firm within a week and a half. So that was really successful. And we felt like also the advising that was happening wasn't really falling in the agency model. And that's why like Modal Point Advisors is a go-to-market consultancy that we're starting to layer in a lot of the auditing and things that we're doing with AI inside that commercialization vehicle for oil and gas companies. And so, you'll start to see more of that with Modal Point being the strategy layer, with EWR being the execution layer. Of course, we have Co-Host as the hosting company, but everything's becoming very modular, to your point. And a lot of things are so there's advantages to having things broken out, but then there's a lot of advantages from a data standpoint to bring things together. And you've thought of some really interesting add-ons to what you're doing with Cairrot to bring all that data under one roof where you'll be able to navigate it in different ways. I would love to hear a little bit more about that.
Yeah, I'm basically trying to make a product that does my actual workflow for me. So it's the same, it's the same dream of all of us, I think, is to automate. And so to that end, most recently, we've integrated GA4 and Google Search Console in the Cairrot. And the whole purpose of that is because that is what has to feed the insights engine. So it's not just to get the full view of your analytics. So now you can compare your AI traffic, organic traffic to all your other traffic channels. But we want to actually be able to feed insights based on, let's say it looks at your top 20 pages in Google Analytics. And then it goes in the Google Search Console, goes into those pages and finds your top 10 keywords that you're almost ranking for, but not quite. And there's your low hanging fruit. And then they surface that to you and show you, hey, here are some ways to incorporate those keywords onto the page and make it more visible to both search and AI. That's an example of something I do for clients almost every day. It'd be great if something like Cairrot could automate that for me and do it in a way that is actually to the level that I'm happy with, which I've never seen a tool do. And that is part of the vision of Cairrot, is to be the first one to accomplish, I think, the insights and the content generation that is up to the standard that I like.
I love that. What I'm hearing is basically, as a marketer, there's all this data out there, but it's very segmented. You have to use a lot of different tools to do a lot of different things. Bringing it all together in kind of a AI factory, if you will, and having analysis and having activities done and having the analytics to put it all under one roof makes your job easier and less fragmented. And I think that the definitions, right, of the segmentation that's happening is building these silos, but then these silos, what's kind of not tightly compacted, builds that pillar, right? So there's pillars being built, which you have to segment. Like, you can't focus on all the industries, right? Like SEO is like, hey, you don't want to rank for all the keywords. You don't want to go after all the different target personas. You have to focus on it, and then you have to cut it a different way. But that data is so fragmented, you have to cluster it and you have to tighten it.